Hey, this is Hex from the Overwatch League, and this is our new series, In My Sights, which we follow a player's single point of view the entire match. Of course, this is going to be the infamous Paris Eternal vs Philadelphia Fusion matchup on Oasis, and we're going to follow new star Paris Eternal damage dealer Exi, playing Soldier 76 on this map. This is map 5, the decider here in the series. And it's good to see Soldier 76 back into the meta. Old man legs. There's 3 things you want to watch here for Soldier 76. Stay alive, provide constant damage, and check the tracer. So they're going to try to take high ground here early on. He's playing a little bit passive, waiting for the jump in, waiting for cooldowns. Now it's just shield crack time, and he sees a big clump of people and just fires the rocket, and that's it. That fight's over completely. And notice throughout most of this match as well, Exi versus Ivy. He gets the better of Ivy, playing his opposite number on Soldier 76 the whole time. Now, when he's up here, it looks a little frantic. He's jumping around, looking left and right. All he's doing is looking for sight lines, trying to find where they're coming from, and checking to see if there's a tracer going into the back line. There's the tracer. This is going to be an epic duel the entire time. Carpe is on tracer, and his whole team, Exi's entire team, comes up to check that tracer. It's another one-team fight, and now it's just trying to clean up damage. Can he get any picks on the way out? No. But what I love about Exi's gameplay here is he never stays too long. He never puts himself in danger. Yes, he's looking for those sight lines, looking for a little bit of damage, but watch how quickly he will escape and give up on that plan if he feels even a little bit pressured. Getting some poke in. He's up here with his Brigitte, so he's not really on tracer duty right now. That's Brigitte's job. And now just constant damage coming in. Again, 180s all the time, looking for tracer, trying to check tracer, trying to crack shields over the top here. And again, this is where he's checking tracer. Right there? Yep, get out of here, tracer. Go back in time to a time when that seemed like a good decision, because it was not. 50% and holding now up top for Exi, and he's not been pressured at all, nearly getting his ultimate. Again, checking the tracer, constantly checking the tracer. Carpe gets nothing done, the burst damage comes in, and Carpe's out of the fight. Now he's in a little bit of trouble, it looks like, but he's not really in trouble. Nice air control to keep himself into the fight, not going off of the edge of the cliff. And this is one where he thinks he has a one-on-one. He thinks he has alarm here dead to rights, but it goes into a 2v1. Gets the fadeaway Helix rocket onto the Brigitte. Sleep well, old man. You did trade out just fine. Mace to the face. How about Helix rocket to the face? He's able to trade out there, and that's just a situation where he thinks he has a 1v1, and all of a sudden it's a 2v1, and he makes the best out of it, makes it into a trade, and his team's still holding on to the point. Now it's last fight. He's going to have visor up. Just has to make sure that that D.Va can't eat the entirety of it. He gets up over the top, a good angle. He gets stuck, but that's just going to happen sometimes. Again, he trades for his counterpart in Ivy. Ivy is dead on the other side of things. And this is when you respawn, and all you're doing is checking the kill feed. Are we going in? Can I still come in? Okay, No Smite gets one. Soon picks up Carpe again, and then soon just starts carrying. There's not much left to be done except come out here and clean it all up. I've got you in my list of things to kill next time, says Ivy as Ivy goes down, and that is a clean, quick fight for the Paris Eternal on the first round of University on Oasis. Exi had high ground control the entirety of the match. It's odd that Fusion chose a couple times to go around to the other side and not contest the high ground, but kind of that's what you have to do. If you lose the high ground, you have to make the choice to come in from a different angle. Mirror matches so far here, but you notice that Fusion is going to run Symmetra here. Carpe is going to roll out on Symmetra and then switch off of it, and it's going to result in a much faster rollout for Fusion. This is what you would call a mid-fight, where both teams are going to try to get to the same point at the same time, and even a couple of meters is going to be enormous here. Watch, Philadelphia already in a much better position, and this crushes Exi. He's got no good angles here. There's a shield there. He can't pick an angle to go from, and now he's kind of just mitigated. There's nothing for him to do. Goes up here. Good body control, makes sure that he doesn't die immediately to the D.Va, but again, just getting nothing done. Tries to check the tracer, but she's out quickly. And now this is the last place you want to be fighting. Retreating as a soldier into a corridor. He will get out with his life, but that's high ground surrendered. High ground is extremely important on these control maps. Oasis particularly. Oasis, this one, City Center. It's a great map. There's fun trampolines, and sometimes people get hit by cars. This is what I was talking about, where they're not going to be able to contest high ground directly. There's just too much there. So Xy's trying to get poke damage, going to try to find an alternate angle. He is discorded, and that's great communication. The Carpe comes over there to try to finish him. Good follow-up from his team, but now they've had to give up their positioning, and they're going to get pressured out. Pulse Bomb comes in here, going to pick up a kill. So this one's not over just yet, but just the barrages coming in. Xy so close to the health pack. That's brutal. Just reach out the arm and you get to that health pack. I don't think it would matter. Soon picks up a couple of late kills, but on Oasis and Control in general, a couple of kills late, not going to be enough because the control points are just so large. You have to kill an entire team. He's trying to get the D.Va before she remax, able to actually swipe it up with the Helix Rocket, gets the good burst damage there to finish it off. Still trying to check this Tracer, a responsive Tactical Visor here. It's an ult you can use just for positioning here, get some decent damage, and that's going to result in a flip as the rest of the team for Philadelphia has to back up. Now this is exactly where you want to be as a Soldier 76. Both his tanks are going to join him on high ground, going to get a ton of free damage here, and also it's just the information of where the other team is rotating to. Are they going left? Are they going right? Trying to get the poke in, looking for the hit markers there with the splash damage Helix to see if they're still that side. And now it's obvious they're going right side. Again, going to try to get splash damage going on in here. Trying to check that Tracer. Trying to crack shields. They realize that their supports are on the low ground, so they're going to go back that up. Getting a lot of decent damage onto the D.Va there. But now with the rally coming in, again, checking the Tracer, but it's too late to check the Tracer. A lot of these deaths are going to be milliseconds too late on reaction times, especially when we get into later stages here. Funny Astro is able to take down Hanbin, and this one is not looking good. Right now, Paris is just calling to stay on the point. Stay on the point, contest as much as possible. X is going to get as healthy as he can, get on the point, get those last few percentage ticks, but that fight was going all bad for them, and it's mostly when they had to evacuate the high ground. They had to give up the positioning they worked so hard for. Now it's a matter of can they get themselves to that high ground again, or at the very least get Philadelphia off of the high ground. X is going to take a large angle here because he wants to go left side anyway. Wants to try to poke up there. But again, look how quickly he is to leave. He doesn't stay too long and maybe catch an errant Zen volley, which would just end the fight. No consistent damage from your Soldier 76, and that fight is almost over. So looking in here, checking Carpe again. Carpe must have just been so frustrated. As D.Va gets in there, gets in the bubble, still good damage output, they're able to get the DMAC, but meanwhile, while Xy had to give up that point, both of the tanks went in for Philadelphia. They're going to clean this one up, and that will be Philadelphia Fusion taking the second point, largely because of that very first rollout. They got to mid faster, they got the high ground faster, and it's been a thing since the beginning of battle. High ground wins fights. We've seen it in pop culture, we've seen it in movies. If you can get to the top of the hill, you're in a better spot. Now this stage of Oasis Gardens will go down in history as one of the best stages ever played in the Overwatch League. Not because it's clean, but because it's not. It's frantic, it goes nuts, and again, this is the deciding stage of this map, of this series. Both teams gonna run a mirror matchup again, and just like the other two parts of Oasis, this one is all about the high ground and trying to stay in the corridor as well. It's a good spot for 76, there's good natural cover. So let's watch the rollout, see where Xy goes here. Yes, right here is your bread and butter, and if you feel comfortable, you can get up to this high ground here. That's exactly what he does. The other team's going to try to come up through the corridor. A really nice dive onto Xy and barely stays alive. Give a ton of credit to his supports in this stage in particular, because there's tons of times that Xy is dead to rights. Again, checking Carpe and gets the cleaning kill. Carpe has just been completely shut down by Xy this entire match. And it's something that you want to do as a Tracer, try to pressure out the Soldier, pressured on cooldowns, but Xy's been hitting enough headshots that Carpe doesn't feel comfortable. Now they're all in the corridor trying to get this giant splash damage from your Helix, and now the tanks clean it up. Again, the Tracer comes in late, immediately checked by Xy. His target acquisition on Soldier 76 is second to none, and he's constantly doing something. It looks frantic. It looks absolutely frantic to watch, but it's always with a purpose. He's looking for sightlines, looking for damage, trying to get ults, checking for Tracer. There's so much to be doing on Soldier 76. Again, really good damage on the incoming. If he hits another couple shots, that might even just be an early kill. Now he's just living the high life, quite literally. No one can touch him. He's waiting for tanks to maybe dive him, but now he's rotating just a little bit, just 3 steps towards his team so they can come closer to him. Again, checking for Tracer. He hears the blinks, and now he's in with team. Solid damage there, but now that's the moment he knew he was stuck. But the great thing XE did there is he didn't take anybody with him. He paused right there. Dream of live Zenyatta's XE, because you deserve it for not running into your Zen there. He's able to come back. His team is in a really good spot here with 4 ultimates. They've got 70%. They feel like this one's pretty much wrapped up. And now it's just a free walk right up to the high ground again. The rest of his team was holding high ground, so he could just walk up there. Soon wins his nice 1v1. So now XE has to not even worry about Carpe. He doesn't have to check for Tracer anymore. He can just take these sight lines, get as much damage as possible. But Philadelphia is going to come roaring back in with every ult they have, because they have to at 92%. This is their last chance in this match. Great jump early, and he thinks he has him, but then the Primal Rage comes out. Still, it's going to zone him out. Both tanks are on XE. He's become a priority target this entire matchup. He would have loved to try to get the remaking D.Va. Unable to happen there. And that is so frustrating as a Soldier 76. He thinks that he has Sato dead to rights, and he does. But very last second, the D.Va comes in, Poco comes in and saves Sato. And it's a game of milliseconds. A millisecond later, and Sato is probably dead. So now it's about trying to maybe take this high ground back. They only need 1 fight, so Eternal can actually wait on this a little bit. Sato's in a little bit of trouble, but Hanbin's able to take down a Pulse Bomb. No Spite's gonna fall early in this. XE just trying to get consistent damage. But it's such a tough thing to try to do damage on the high ground. You see him trying to take these angles, and those angles are razor thin. But they are able to bully it back. Now everyone's in the corner. He tries to hit the Helix. Goodbye. XE goes off the edge, goes into the drink, and that's a hard reset. XE going to take a wide angle here, just looking to see if he can get any damage in here, trying to get charges up. You know you're not really going to get a pick, especially from that angle. But again, look how he doesn't stay too long. He doesn't want to catch a volley, doesn't want to die. He's just looking for poke. That's ethos number 1, stay alive. They get jumped in on again. The rally comes out early, and XE is just looking for a clump of orange here. Now he knows he can't get anything done, is going to have to bail out, and this is just to keep his team in the fight. At 80% and counting up, his team has to get in this fight, and this is just to clear out the corridor. It's not looking great, but you have to get trades here, and this is where it all starts to get frantic as all hell. XE's gonna kick a nice kill on Sato, and this is even. It's 3v3, and now XE's gonna try to rotate back to the high ground because his team has advantage. His tanks are in better position here, and they're gonna be able to clean up these low energy targets, low health targets. Poco is gonna just try to get a remac. XE's unable to deny the remac, but this is where it all starts going great. Great tracking on Astro's, able to take down that healing, and dead to rights right there, but his healers keep him alive in the very last second. Now Sato out of it, and that's a moment where Poco was trying to keep Sato alive again, but it didn't happen. Milliseconds. Again, Ivy gets shut down mid-ultimate like we saw in stage number 1. And now XE just on the cleanup. This is where all comms, all tactics break down. This is just kill whoever you can. Discords are called, and that's about it. This should be the cleanup there. It's at least going to zone them out. A nice Transcendence going to keep them alive, but XE's still trying to put in that burst damage again. Dead to rights. He's getting targeted so hard by all of these heroes, but they simply can't kill him. He's all over the place. That huge barrier at the end from FD God really swings this game in favor of the Paris Eternal. And this is just trying to track. And again, XE shuts down Carpe. Carpe is one of the best players, if not the best player in the Overwatch League, and XE had him dead to rights all match, but more importantly, he shut down his opposing number. Ivy on the other side got almost nothing, and that's the reason that the Paris Eternal were able to prevail on Oasis.